Hi, everybody. I'm Kat, and I'm back with my show called CHOPZ. And the show is all about music in the Detroit area. And we're now on show number 7, and I'm feeling pretty good about the last shows. We've had some interesting guests on and topics discussed, and I'm also enjoying the responses I'm getting on about the show. And if you have any comments, if you've been watching all along, I really appreciate that. But if you have any suggestions for music-oriented topics, hit me up on my Facebook page, the Cat Orlando Artist page. And see if we can add those to our list. And it's also been a pretty exciting last few weeks for me, if I can brag a little bit. I had a really nice vacation in Europe, and that was a long time coming, and we earned it. So we're glad to go for a couple weeks in Barcelona and Paris, and had all kinds of wonderful experiences. And I'd have to do a whole nother separate travel show for that, but you could also check my photos on my Facebook page for that too. So let's get to the part of the show where I have performers and my friends on to talk about their life in music. This woman was on one of my projects, joining me on vocals when I recorded at the Rust Belt Studio in Royal Oak. And she has a great career in singing her own projects, and along with some heavy hitters in the business and performing in the area with her own band as well. Welcome, vocalist Ping Spells.
Thank you. Hi.
Ping.
Hello.
Thanks for joining today.
Thank you.
And welcome. And would you, we could start by you telling everybody about yourself and what you do. I think I covered a lot of ground, but you tell me.
Well, my name is Ping Spells, and I grew up in Detroit, and I graduated from high school here, went to University of Michigan, quit school, moved to LA, bought a sports car, and started singing. I've been singing professionally. Well, all my life, actually, I've been singing. Professionally, since I was about 18, 19, I joined a Detroit area band, and from there it's been just so many wonderful experiences, from Stevie Wonder to Cat Orlando.
Wait a minute, you performed with Cat Orlando? No, you performed with Stevie Wonder?
I was in a couple of projects that Stevie produced.
Oh, wow.
In LA, and my Los Angeles experience was extensive. I got to LA, and about 3 days later I was actually in the studio.
Wow.
With different people, and Billy Preston, Bobby Womack. I performed and was on tour with Teena Marie. Stevie Wonder produced the Finest Henderson project, that was Motown Records.
Oh, okay.
Teena Marie was with Motown and went to Epic at that time. And just a whole slew of people, wonderful experiences that shaped me to be who I am today.
Absolutely. So Stevie wasn't in the actual studio with you, or
oh yeah, we were in the studio with him. He produced.
Okay. Yeah, because that doesn't always happen. Sometimes
right, exactly.
You're there.
Yeah, no, he was in the studio with us with the Finest Henderson project. He co-wrote a couple of the songs. He produced it. Yes, and Stevie, my husband Freeman, was in a band called Phoenix Rising that Stevie Wonder produced. Freeman and I were actually in LA at the same time and did not know each other.
Oh, okay.
But we were kind of friends and working with the same people, which is like do-do-do-do.
Right.
So yeah, we met in Detroit when I moved back to Detroit from LA.
Isn't that
like
strange how that happens?
Oh my God.
You could have met way back
then. I mean, we literally know all of the same people, and just did not meet each other until I moved back to Detroit. Right. And he had come back from LA, I think, a year before I did. So yeah, I've just been blessed to work with a whole lot of great performers, great producers. Al McKay of Earth, Wind and Fire, he produced the another one of the Finest Henderson songs. Okay. Teena Marie's tour with Teena Marie, the band was a lot of Detroit musicians in that band, as we were talking about Alan McGreer.
Yeah, Alan McGreer, and, Facebook friends.
Just a lot of people, a lot of wonderful things.
Right. So then I have to ask you, what was Stevie like to work with?
Stevie's wonderful, but
Yeah.
Stevie's like old home cousin family. And
Yeah.
because Freeman knows him really well and was working with him, Stevie was producing the group Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
And I've been around Stevie a lot more since then. And when he comes to town, Free and I get tickets, and we always go.
And he is coming to town soon.
Yes, he is. And he's got a new
22nd.
record out.
Yeah, 22nd of October, and I'm trying to make that show. Okay, Teena Marie, my idol too. What'd she like to work?
I auditioned for Teena. I mean, there was, when you live in LA, there's like all of these calls you'll get from, oh, somebody's doing this audition, somebody's doing that, go over to
Yeah.
this studio, go over to that studio.
Yeah.
I knew someone, and I can't even remember who that was at the time, but they said, I want you to go audition for Teena's band. And I auditioned at SIR, S-I-R, which is one of the, there's a series of rehearsal spaces. So I went to the rehearsal space. I auditioned for her. I got the part,
Wow.
and I sang backup with her on the Star Child tour, which was great fun. She's Teena,
Amazing, yeah.
powerhouse singer,
Yeah.
and I had a great time, great
And
experience.
instrumentalist.
And instrumentalist.
Yeah.
We went to, during that tour and after that tour, I was blessed to go with her as a backup singer with her to the CBS International Convention in Hawaii.
Wow.
And that's where I woke up on my 30th birthday, March 20th, in Hawaii. And I just stood at my hotel window. It's like,
Nice.
"Ah!" It was great. And then on that particular event, I also sang backup with Carly Simon and
Really?
Cyndi Lauper. And it's just, that's the kind of thing that happens in LA. If you've got the talent and you've got the wherewithal to do the stuff, you can get in all kinds of places.
Oh, absolutely.
It was great.
Couple things. Just found out Stevie Wonder's going to be at Little Caesars Arena October 22.
Oh, we'll be there.
Not that Stevie needs any help in advertising, but that's where he's going to be.
Right on. Okay.
So, but all these things you're telling me, I didn't realize because
Yeah.
we met quite a while back.
We did.
And what was it, in the 90s at a place called
Newport Richie's. Oh, my goodness.
And my old buddy George Voss, who I
George
see in
Voss.
Florida still here and
Oh,
there.
good.
And I walked into what was Newport Richie's at the time. I had just moved to Detroit, and I saw two women and a guy up, the keyboard player and two ladies singing, and I'm like, wow, these guys are fantastic. And I got to know you guys, and
Yes.
y'all let me sit in with you.
Yes, and George was great. I really enjoyed, that was when I actually, one of the first experiences that I had with singing to like track
Right.
music, and he was,
And that was on cassette.
okay. Oh my God, we're telling our ages. But yes, it was on cassette, and George was so much fun. I love
Yeah.
George. We worked a lot in the Detroit area, the metro area. I can remember driving in snowstorms, and my girlfriend Shirley Hayden, she came in and started working with us, and we just had a ball.
Yeah.
It's been a great, I've had a great career. I've had nothing but great times with people.
Yeah. Well, you should come to Florida, and I'd get him up on stage.
Yes, right.
You know. And then let's go back to other instances where we worked together. It was on my project at the Rust Belt,
Right.
and that was my EP Hypothetical Scenario, and along with Maurice Piranha had heard as
Great
the producer,
Yeah.
and you were very helpful coming in, and this was on his
Good.
recommendation
Oh, wow,
to
okay.
have you come in and help out with formulating the harmonies. I mean, I had an idea what I wanted to do
Yeah,
harmony-wise, but you really helped top everything off and
That's one of
kinda
the things
the
I like
voicings.
to do.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I love
Yeah.
harmonies, and I trained under Brazil Denard, who was like the
Oh.
total greatest teacher of all time.
Okay, I was gonna
And
ask you about that.
That was
Go ahead.
Northwestern High School, and
all right.
thereafter, and he taught us how to truly sing with purpose.
Right.
How to know how to use the voice, how to breathe properly, enunciation properly. Just a great experience.
Right.
So that was fun. It's always fun. I love going in the studio because you never know what's going to happen. You know,
Yes.
you have a pattern of how you're going to do things, but it ends up being more fun than just that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love recording.
That was fun. To hear yourself on the recordings, it's like almost like being on a live stage. It's just really powerful. And when you can hear exactly what you're doing and you know how to blend and get it all together, that's nothing's better for me than that.
Absolutely. So for performing, though, so do you take these things that you've learned, and do you have like a ritual before performing, like
Not at
warming
all.
up or anything like
Not
that?
at all.
Let her rip.
I just get up there and do it. No, I do maybe drink some hot tea and try to prepare myself for each performance. And of course, there's that first song nerve thing that happens, I think, with every performer. Your nerves just say, okay, it's time to do it. And then you do it.
Right.
And it's great. It's great. I'm working with a lot of great people, and that helps as well.
Right.
It doesn't get any better than that.
I've been finding as I age, unfortunately, these other things like acid reflux happen, so that I have to do a little bit more preparing before I go on stage. Like you say, the warm liquids
play sax
and all
too.
that. Yeah.
So that's another breathing thing too.
For some reason, it doesn't affect that.
Oh, okay.
But we're talking about vocal cords having to, engage like that. So playing the sax, not the same from that standpoint. But when you got stuff, not to get gross here, but so you have to drink
There's
a lot of hot
warm-up.
liquids, and you got to do all the non-acid sort of foods and all that.
Definitely.
It's a whole nother thing, and people are always recommending different things, like I found that Vocal Zone, these licorice horrible tasting things, lozenges to use and to help vocal things like that. Well, that's me. Everybody's different, but
I just generally warm up. I just warm up, and on the drive to a gig, I'll just do some Vocalist exercises, but just breathing and not, hydrating is very important for me.
It really is. It's
Water
amazing.
is really important for you.
I'm going to have that drink, and I shouldn't have had that drink, because that dries you out right away.
Right.
You don't think it does, but
Yes.
so you have a show coming up with Skeeto and
Tony Suey, Skeeto, and Kurt.
Okay.
I always mess his last name up, Sharpmeiler.
Okay.
And these are guys I've worked with for many years. And Tony Suey and I was in his band, King Sweat. I am in his band. When we get called to do, we did a lot of big weddings, a lot of corporate stuff. Skeeto's like the best drummer, and Kurt is the bomb, keyboard player, pianist, just wonderful men to work with. Nice guys, just family. And we've got a show on October 2nd at the Blind Owl, which used to be the Maury.
Right, in Royal Oak. Yeah, we're going to be playing there, so I know where you're talking about.
Yeah.
Get that, everybody. It's Blind Owl in Royal Oak, October 2, so make a note of that.
Should be so much fun.
That will be.
A mixture of good music, too. Some jazz, some pop, a bunch of stuff.
That's a nice room.
Yes,
that's a great room right there. And let's see, what else did I want to ask you about? Oh, so another thing we have in common is that we both work with our husbands.
Absolutely.
And,
my husband's a bassist.
That's right. Freeman Spells, amazing bass player. Also had, like you say, has had a wonderful career even before you knew him out in California and all that. And so your band is called Soul Technicians.
Soul Technicians. There's our personnel, and that it's kind of an adult contemporary jazz pop, kind of thing. We do a mixture of music. Gloria Bailey on keys. She's fabulous. She has her own like 18,000 bands. Rydell Chavez on guitar and vocal, he's fabulous. Marty Montgomery, sax player, who you know, of course, we're all old friends. And TJ Kareem on drums, and we have so much fun. We rehearse at our house, and we have just, when you're surrounded by musical people who are creatives, you have, we have just way too much music we want to do. Yeah. We have to kind of, Freeman is the strong, draw you back to where you're supposed to be, because we're talking about what we're going to do in this song.
Somebody's got to do it. Pull it in.
Yeah, so he's
that's great.
That calming factor to my franticness, that I'm excited about everything and excited about all of the music that's out here for us to do. It's like, I want to do it all.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know that feeling. So, another thing is that, I know you write, and we were just talking about writing as well. And what subjects do you tend to write about? Is there any particular subject? Does it vary upon your
It just
inspiration?
it just varies with whatever inspires me at the time. Like I just recently wrote something with my friend Sean Franklin, who's one of my co-producers. Sometimes he has a great little home studio, and I just was over at his studio last Monday, and we had a song that a couple of weeks before, about a month ago, I just came in and did some gun dun dun. You know how you do that? You're just kind of doing
Like scatting along.
okay, and thinking.
Sure.
And then he had I didn't know he was recording it. And he says, "Ping, you got to come back right now. We got to get this." So last Monday I went back over there and I'm like, "Oh, you captured all that? Okay." So the song happened. It happens in many different ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not a writer who can sit and focus and say, "Oh, I'm going to write this song today about this or that." I'll see something, it'll inspire me. I'll stop my car and I'll jot something down, or I'll grab my phone and I'll put I've got about 40 snaps of songs in my phone's recorder. You know how that happens.
Right.
So it depends.
That's right, and you could always come back to it. So if you're, if you get to a point in another song, it's like, okay,
I don't like
drawing a
that.
blank here, and I
Yeah.
might go back and revisit something.
And
that might
Sean's
fit,
good with
you know.
doing that. He'll fill in my blanks. I'll start something and I'll be like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that." And then I'll come back and a week later he'll say, "Well, I put this in. Think about these lyrics." And then we'll record it. And perfect.
Yeah.
There's no formula
Love that.
to say that there is no real formula.
Yeah, I like to be able to experiment with stuff too. You know, hopefully you can get to experiment before you get to the studio. But if you have to experiment when you get to the studio, then you could try different, see what works and what doesn't work as well.
Well, yeah, that's what he and I doing. He just has the studio in his house, and it's already set to record us.
Right.
And so we just kind of bop around. Then we'll come back and fix it up and polish it up.
Right.
And do that. But it's been working really well. And I've got a bunch of stuff on YouTube with him. Black Planet Music is the YouTube channel with Sean Franklin and I. And just a lot of stuff happening. Just so
that's
much good
great.
stuff.
You got to check out Ping on the YouTube channel. So make a note of that as well. And also, do you teach voice at all?
I do teach voice. I don't really particularly do that as much because I don't really have time.
Oh, okay.
And to take on voice students, it's a real commitment.
Yes, it is.
And I really don't have the time to do that commitment for someone else. I'm really working on what I'm doing for me first.
Right.
And my good friend Susie Marsh, who is a vocalist and
Susie.
performer, she's my sister. I've worked with her, oh my God, 35 years, 36 years.
Oh, wow.
She is a vocal coach, and anyone who calls me, because my business card does have that on there, I just refer them to her because she does that. She's crazy. She's got all this, like 18,000 projects that she does, and I'm like, okay, you can do that. I can't do that.
Right.
Here's another recommendation for you. So.
Well, there is a certain mindset for teaching and a whole other type of preparation. I think I scare off students. I think I lay too much homework, and I overwhelm them, and then they're gone. But
when you're learning, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
When you're learning, I mean, I didn't get to where I am today because of just luck or just I've got this great instrument. My instrument is a blessing to me, but it does take work, and it has taken years of working to get to this point. And then there are times when you don't feel well, you have to sing over stuff.
Yeah.
I try to keep as healthy as I can. I thank God I've never had COVID. I've never been really, really sick like that to not be able to sing.
Right.
But there have been times when it's been a challenge, and I'm like, I'm not in good voice today. How am I going to get through this? And you just do.
There's allergies, like I said.
I have
everything
serious
comes into
allergies.
play like that. I had laryngitis like 3 times within 2 months. So you go to an ENT, what's going on?
Right.
But back to students again, I think that a lot of people come into a situation like, I want to do this, and they don't really understand the work
commitment
that's involved. They want to go straight to emulating whoever their favorite artist is, and they don't want to break down things like holding a note and breath control and scales and arpeggios and all these exercises that you have to.
That's an excellent
start
point,
now.
Kat.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. And that's one of the things, you just articulated it perfectly. Because nowadays, because of social media and because of all the stuff that's going on,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that they're a singer
Yeah.
and that it just comes and that it's just magic.
Yeah.
And it's not.
The contests, it's like,
Oh
I'm
my
going to be
gosh.
on American Idol or whatever,
I don't care for that
America's Got
stuff.
Talent. I hate them.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but you did.
Well, I mean,
It's not
like
for
they're,
us.
they're fun, but they're so sensationalized. And,
Exactly.
And they're false, like you say, a false representation of
And
what it takes.
gives someone, these
Yeah.
kids, a false sense of this stuff. You got to chops. That's what's called building
Right.
your chops.
Right.
You have to do some circuits. You have to sing places you don't want to sing. You have
Yeah.
to do some exercises that you may not want to do. But it's a workout. It's not just. I tell people all the time, no, I don't do karaoke. This is not a hobby, and I take it very seriously. And no, it's not something you can do overnight.
Right, right. Well, you mentioned karaoke. That's another thing that I absolutely can't stand. But it's a double-edged sword.
Yes.
From the standpoint that back in the day, I didn't, or I or we, I'm thinking about we're the same
Absolutely.
same time period. We didn't have that same kind of outlet. So from that standpoint, it's sort of good for somebody starting out to get in front of a crowd that way.
Well, it can be
give
fun.
it that,
Yes.
but it's not the same as
Being a trained singer.
a trained singer and
Instrumentalist.
all the different surprises that could happen to you on stage that you have to go through and experience and all that
Right.
over the years. You don't just get up there like 5
Yeah.
times and you're in,
And I think people who do that, and I mean, karaoke can be fun for folks. I know it's fun, and I have done karaoke with my friends who's like, come and do it. I'm like, very rarely. But I think that people who think that they can just pop out and be a professional singer or professional whatever, like we are and have been for many years, it kind of makes you kind of like, I don't want to break this to you, but I'm going to tell you it's not that easy.
Yeah.
We make it look easy, and I think people see that and they say, oh, it's fun. I've done karaoke. I can do this.
Yeah.
But let them get on a gig where they have to go for like 4 hours.
Right.
They can't do it. It's something you have to build into.
Another thing that you come across when people want to sit and, hey, can I sing with you guys and all that, and what key do you want to do the song in?
Right.
Well, if I don't know the key, I'm going to say the same as the record, because that's an easy way to, if I don't have
Or
the key on
stock
the
key
top
with
of my head.
musicians. You say stock key.
Stock key,
especially
okay.
to jazz musicians, you say stock key.
Yeah.
They'll know what that is, or they may not. But you really need to know
Yeah.
before you go and approach this from a professional standpoint, to have a book of everything that you're learning, everything you're doing, the keys, the alternate key, if that doesn't work for some folk. People have lost that art. We know what that's about.
Yeah, yeah. I will admit I made a mistake just the other day. People like, oh, come on, get up and sing,
Right.
They're like, okay, all right, I will. And well, the piano player, he didn't speak any English. This was over on when I was on vacation.
Oh, my goodness.
And I don't speak French, but do you have a book? Well, here's the book.
Right.
And it was all standards, and standards is not my forte.
Okay.
And I picked a song that I should have known better, that to start it in check what key. Didn't do that. Should have started low. Bad move.
Right.
So in all my years in the business, like, wow, okay, I gotta,
Oh yeah, you
know.
got to reach for those notes. So I've done
Yeah.
that. I mean, I have done that. It's something that happens, but when you and I'm like you. I don't necessarily like someone saying, "Oh, come up and sing, come up," and I don't really do that. I'm really shy. I'm not really like some people love to be on stage. They love
Yeah.
to be in front of the whole. I'm not that person.
Yeah. I used to be like, oh, I got to get up there. Now I'm like, man, I've been working. I want, I'm just happy to
wanna
watch
hear
other
you.
people for a
Yeah.
change,
I'm not that person. I don't have to. I don't have to get up and prove that I can do stuff.
Exactly, and you're going to have your time when you're up there, and it's all good, and but
Absolutely.
let's go back to what first got you interested in music. in the first place?
I've been into music and the arts all of my life. As a child, my elementary school teachers were drama teachers, and I loved acting. And I'm an actor. I'm an equity actor. I have been on an equity tour, and
What does that mean, equity?
Equity Actors Association theater.
Association.
I'm a
okay.
theater professional as well.
Oh, now see, there's another
Actors
thing
Act,
I know
like
about
SAG-AFTRA. That's a
Okay.
sister union for equity.
you. Oh, okay, I get you.
Actors Equity Association is a big union, and it's just what I really want to do is the chorus in Wicked.
Really?
That's what I really want to do.
Wow.
I want to do that, or Hamilton.
Do you ever look for the auditions for that?
I
or-
do, and
Okay.
right now I just cannot do that life right now. I'm
okay.
committed to working every day. I'm still committed to working and doing some stuff but it's coming very soon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I look at all the auditions all the time, and they make a ton of money. So what?
And like you say, it's a timing thing too, because
It is
sometimes you have to
timing.
drop whatever.
Yeah, you
thing
have to
you're
be
doing.
able to commit to
Be
that
available.
with those big shows.
Right,
They
right.
make a lot of money, but they work really hard, and you have
Yeah.
to commit to the time and to move away from your home.
Yeah.
So most of them are
Travel.
even, yeah, it's travel.
Yeah, right, right.
But they're great shows. That's my ultimate fantasy. I want to be in. Wicked.
Yeah, that's a whole nother universe doing
Absolutely.
that. Go on, Steve. There you go. Okay. You've done some work with Martha Reeves and Dennis Coffey and.
Well, they're with Maruga Booker. Maruga
Okay.
Booker is the mainstay of that. Martha, we've recorded together. Shirley and I sing with Maruga Booker and Shotki, his wife.
Oh, okay.
They they're so much fun. They're crazy. We have a great time. But yeah, Martha has been involved in that camp, and Dennis Coffey. Yes, Dennis is not doing a whole lot of work right now, and so it's.
I always wonder if he was retired.
No, we never retire. Artists
Okay.
never retire.
But I thought he moved or something.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I know
I
he
guess I've
lost
been
his
out of
wife
touch.
a few years ago.
Yes, Millie.
And
I
so
remember Millie. Yeah.
he's didn't do the last couple of gigs, but we have something coming up on the 29th at I believe the Token Lounge. Yeah,
With Dennis.
with Maruga Booker.
Oh, Maruga. Okay.
And I'm not sure if Dennis or Martha are going to be on that show.
Oh, okay.
But Shirley and I are, and the other folks in that camp. A lot of fun.
September 29th.
September 29th
at the Token.
at the Token. It's a Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
now
next,
maybe I can make
next
that.
Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you've worked with. And you also did. Was that the tribute? The previous show with Dennis, was that the tribute to Rodriguez, or was that?
Oh, we
another?
did that. It was announced last summer, right before he passed away. Before
okay.
Sixto Rodriguez, who is someone I have
Yes.
loved his music forever. And we did his birthday party last year at the Cashew Cafe outdoors.
Right, I missed that.
It was a great show, and he was
wow.
there, and he wasn't well, but
Yeah.
and he passed away shortly after that.
Wow.
But his daughter, Sandra Kennedy, she's performing and doing his music as well, and keeping his music alive and all over the globe. He's well loved all over the globe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Dennis talking about. I would go see Dennis over at
Northern
the Northern Lights,
Mhm.
and way back when Dennis would come and sit in with the band I was in called Artifact, and that's when I first
okay.
met him.
Okay.
And Gil from Rare Earth, they both come in,
Mm-hmm.
and so then when he had his wah-wah pedal that was going to be on display at Greenfield Village at the time.
Wow.
And I'd ask him, what's it like working with Stevie? What's it like working with... And he went fishing with Ringo Starr. But he also talked about Rodriguez and that project and that phenomenon that whole thing was, where nobody knew him over here,
Right.
but he was huge in South Africa.
Well,
It's
Searching for
just
Sugar
still
Man is the
amazing.
film, the
Right.
documentary that won the Oscar that year. Yes.
Right.
Everyone should see that.
Yes.
Everyone should see that film. It tells a lot about
Yeah.
this music industry.
It really does. I
And
would
him being
watch
a Detroiter. My God,
Yeah.
it's like,
And very unassuming.
He was so sweet.
Yeah.
He was a sweet man.
Construction worker by day,
Yeah.
and then just amazing recording artist.
Just a beautiful voice. I saw him in the bank one day, and I had left my phone on the counter. He says, "Young lady, you've left your phone.
Oh.
You're gonna need it." He was so sweet. Appreciate
so
his
cool.
spirit.
That's so
Absolutely.
cool. Well, Ping, thanks so much for joining today and sharing all your musical stories and talents. And I want to wrap things up. We're going to go to a video of Ping singing a song by one of my idols, Teena Marie, and it's called Portuguese Love. And we'll see y'all next time on CHOPZ.
Hey, baby, how you doing? You alright?
On a starry winter night in Portugal, where the ocean kissed the southern shore, there a dream I never thought would come to pass came and went like time spent through an hourglass. You made love to me like fire and rain. Oh, you know you've got to be a hurricane, killing me with kisses. Oh, suddenly you make love forever, baby. You make love forever. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. You got to say you love me too. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. I'm gonna give it all to you. Portuguese, say love. Say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Just say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Just say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Harbor nights we made love till the morning star. Then you crooned a song to me on your guitar. Was it so familiar, calling soft my name? Sunlight dancing slowly through love's winter pain. You made love to me like sugar and spice. Hush my broken heart, this must be paradise. Killing me with kisses so tenderly. You make love forever, baby. You make love forever. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. You've got to say you love me too. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. I'm gonna give it all to you. Portuguese, say love. Oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say, I'm gonna Portuguese, say you love me, baby. I'm gonna Portuguese, say you love me. Yo quiero hacer amor, a feeling too hard to ignore. Say amor in Portuguese, you got to say you love me. You know that you felt good to me. Oh, baby, oh, from the first kiss to the last time, trembling. You made love to me like no other man. If you please, I'd like to go back there again. Filling me with kisses so tenderly. You make love like a wave. You make love forever. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. You got to say you love me too. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. I'm gonna give it all to you. Portuguese, say love. Oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. More, Portuguese, say baby, yeah. Portuguese, say love. Won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese, say love. Won't you say